In many people's eyes, the top contender at welterweight is returning to the ring this weekend, and he's got a pretty good opponent, to be honest. Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be facing off against Roiman Villa in a 12-round welterweight matchup. And before that, though, we are all takes, no whiffs. I'm Christian. That's Alex. And we're really excited for this matchup because for Jaron Ennis, he's made a lot of easy work for most of his opponents. And this one, by notability and stylistically, I feel like this is going to be his biggest test by far. And we're really excited for this matchup right here. Just to give a little background on both fighters, in his last fight, Boots Ennis defeated Karen Hadazian, close enough, by unanimous decision. It was a clean sweep on
Sweep.
all scorecards, and it was a good showing for Boots for sure. But at the same time, I think this is a step up from that opponent for sure, and I'm glad to see that. And as far as Villa's last fight, he won by majority decision over Rashidi Ellis, which is a
Upset.
really solid name, to be honest, to get on your resume. So very deserving of this fight right here. Boots being basically next in line behind the champions at welterweight, as we know, Bud versus Spence, who are fighting next or this month. Excuse me. Oh my God, yeah, the
3 weeks
fight's really right
away.
there. But yeah, Boots basically being right behind them in line at welterweight. This is a big opportunity for Villa right here. He would be able to hop to the front of the line if he could pull off an upset here as well. But Jaron Ennis, a talent like him, that's a huge stepping stone for Villa if he wants to get to that point.
Yeah, and a lot of people weren't really familiar with Villa before his last fight against Ellis. He
Mm-hmm.
was kind of unknown, and then he kind of has vaulted his way up into pretty much the world stage at this point. So
Mm-hmm.
this dude is gonna be a pretty good test for Boots. I think it's not gonna be like the Boots' last fight at all because this dude is just gonna be relentless. He's gonna pressure Boots the entire fight, and that's what Boots is used to. That's the type of fights he's used to fighting, and I think that's how he's most comfortable. And Villa doesn't have the best defense. Going back and watching some of his fights, it's just not there at times. So, and I think Boots is obviously all around technically better. His defense probably isn't the best, but this dude's got some
Mm-hmm.
really good power too. But I'm just interested to see how Boots is going to handle this type of power because I don't think has been seen this type of power yet.
Not this type of power, or just honestly this caliber of fighter yet in his pro career. Not that Villa is cream of the crop, but he's panning out to be a really solid fighter at this stage of welterweight. So if Boots could get past Villa, I think honestly, other than Virgil Ortiz, who was a big name I was high on, unfortunately he's going through what he's going through. But outside of anybody else, Boots is he's clear cut the top contender, which you could argue he already is. But at the same time, he's got to do what he's got to do while we wait for this undisputed fight right here.
Yeah, and that leads us to our predictions, Christian. Who do you think is going to win this fight?
I'm going my guy Boots, to be honest. Villa, he definitely impressed me a lot in his last fight against Rashidi Ellis, but
Mm-hmm.
Jaron Ennis impresses me in his performances. He impresses me with his style. He impresses me with his power, and yeah, his all around game. Like this man is an elite boxer, and already, in my opinion, I don't know if I'm getting too ahead of myself since he's not beaten a champion yet. I guess you could say. Since he hasn't done that yet, I still need to hold him to that standard. But like everything else, he passes with flying colors. So I got Jaron Ennis dominating Villa and stopping him in the 6th round.
Oh, okay, that's kind of early to be honest.
Yep, Boots is like that.
No, yeah, and that's kind of like I was just about to lead into. When it comes to boxing and stuff, I feel like there's levels, and I think Boots is just on
Mm-hmm.
another level than what Villa is. He's on that world like top tier level. He's calling out Terrence Crawford. He's calling out Errol Spence Jr. This dude is going to be determined, and I think he's going to get this done probably a little later. I think this is going to be a pretty, pretty big bloodbath, kind of, to be honest. And I think this is probably going to get done in like the 8th round.
Hey, 8th round. That's same range. So mid round stoppage for sure. That's the all takes no whiffs prediction right there. Boots though, I just can't wait for him to finally get the opportunity to fight for a title. And with the way that things are moving in welterweight, he's gonna get one sooner or later because Bud versus Spence, they're gonna. I think, in my opinion, they're gonna they're going to throw down a couple of times. And then after that, either somebody's going to move up, somebody might retire. Things are going to happen and things are going to open up. And Boots just needs to stay in line, not get upset, and stay on course because he's for sure a future champion, and I can't wait.
Oh yeah, Boots is definitely going to be getting his opportunity here soon. He's definitely going to be a world champion here. I think so too. He is one of our favorite fighters, so we're going to be covering him. And if you want, you can subscribe because we're going to be making more videos about Boots and his fights and everything. Also, go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Any and all support is appreciated.
Without a doubt, we appreciate all the support. We appreciate all the interaction. It's always fun keeping up with boxing with you guys. And go ahead and leave a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win this matchup? How do you think it's going to go? And any early predictions on what you want to see for Boots if you think he's going to be ready after this fight. But let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Looking forward to this fight. But until then, peace.
Peace.